Well, hello there. How are you doing this fine? You look beautiful. I just lied to you. I can't see what you look like, but I hope you're beautiful. Anyways, how you guys doing? My name is Bone. You guys should know that already, seeing as how you're on my channel. I wanted to kind of put a video together for you guys to kind of break down the DLC, The Dark Below for Destiny, kind of a review, if you will, because one of the most common asked questions I get is it worth my money? Should I blow 20 glimmer on this thing? You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, I don't know. Is it got enough new features and details and armor and weapons that I should put my money into it? And I thought, hey, let's kind of give you all the information you really need, or at least the majority of it, so you can make your own decision on whether or not you want to blow your glimmer on it. So here we go. First things first. Let's talk a little bit about the PvP, because of course Destiny is known for being large scale. It's got the PvP, it's got the PvE, for people that may like just one of their own, or maybe both of them collectively. So the PvP, I'm currently playing on one of the new 3 maps called Sky Shock. It's wide open, it's large, it's actually more free roam than you would expect. Not even more so than Bastion or First Light. It's quite a wide open map, and I actually would say that this is probably my second favorite of the DLC. Next up, you have the Cauldron, which is going back to the close quarter roots of the game, something you would expect out of a Halo game. It's actually beautiful, and seeing as how Xbox does not have Exodus Blue, which is a PlayStation exclusive, Cauldron is a great addition to the PvP cycle. And then last but not least, you have the Pantheon, aka the Panty Dropper. I love that map. Probably my new favorite map. A lot of corridors, a lot of hallways. It's kind of a flat level, but there's some long hallways too. So it's a very unique map, and there's even a cute waterfall in it. Adorable. Adorbs. So that's pretty interesting. So the PvP maps are definitely, all 3 of them are in my top 5 maps, and they're only probably beat out by Shores of Time, by my own preference. So the maps are great. You have the long distance map like this one, you have the close quarter one like Cauldron, and you got one right in the middle with Pantheon. So again, if you're a PvP guy and you love these things, go for it. On top of that, the weapons and additions. Of course, there are new legendaries with increased attributes and everything like that, and abilities. Of course, great features, some of them exclusive to The Dark Below. Even some of the blue weapons, some of the rares have unique abilities and have that buff too. Armor as well. You can actually purchase Vanguard armor, or from one of your factions, if you will, and get to level 31. Now, as you guys know, to get to max level 30, you needed 30 light for 4 pieces of armor. So an exotic or raid gear maxed out in the previous Vault of Glass would get you to level 30 with 120 light with 30 individually. Now, some of the Vanguard armor you can buy, just like you could before, is actually going to get you to 33 light. So if you buy all 4 pieces right off the bat with your marks, you can actually get to level 31 without ever equipping a piece of raid armor. Pretty interesting. Now, on top of that, you can, combine them together, so you could do the raid and get a raid piece and then put on 2 of those or something like that, and kind of makes it mix and match and try to get the 31. But that's pretty awesome. The weapons are interesting too. Some of the exotic armor is incredible, especially for the Titan. Like the standard sides are a great addition to the Titan arsenal, which I felt has been neglected so far. You've got like the Warlock with the Praxic and the Void Fang, and then you've got the Hunter with like the Mask of the Third Man and the Symbiote, and then there's just the Titan with the helmet of Inmost Light. Really? Is this it? So they're probably getting a little bit of love, but the new exotics are actually pretty decent for the armor piece. Now, the weapon portions are kind of mixed. Of course, 4 Horsemen is a PlayStation exclusive. The Dragon's Breath is pretty awesome. And the No Land Beyond primary sniper rifle is actually leaves much to be desired. Like, it's actually a really bad weapon. One of the worst in the game that I've seen so far, to be honest, for PvP and PvE. So that one's going to need some heavy love and attention in the future for a buff. But for the most part, the maps and the upgrades and the weapons and stuff like that are available for the majority of people. And you're going to pay some time and put some effort into that, because you're going to need that kind of stuff. So this is where things come into another kind of hidden feature. Is it worth your $20? Again, when you want to participate and get up to higher levels, you're going to need those higher levels for events like Iron Banner and Trials of Osiris, so on and so forth. So yes, it's something worth investing in. The new items, the new weapons and everything, great additions. The new maps are incredible for PvP. Now, moving on over to PvE, what is coming with PvE? Now, the PvE has the new Nightfall, it has the new Strike available, 2 of them if you're on the PlayStation, with the Undying Mind, and, of course, you have Omnigul, which, yeah, she's... bitch. So, it's a little rough with her. She's currently the Nightfall, but in the future she'll be different things. So you have the new strikes, which are to be expected. Again, they get very stale very quick after you have to repeat them over and over again. The difficulties have been increased, so Nightfalls are now officially at level 30 instead of 28. Same thing with the Daily Heroic, and even the Tiger Strikes have been upgraded to 26 as well. and any of the lower ones do not get the Ingram, so you're going to have to start doing them at 26 to compensate for the fact that you can now get cap level 32 light. So, with that, it's pretty awesome. On top of that, it's also where the normal raid for Crota end starts at level 30 light as well, and those creatures go up to like 32, so it is quite a challenge for the first few times you do it. I just got Superman. What a dick. So, now, with that aside, let's talk about the big one, the raid. Now, what's different with the raid? Now, the raid is actually really, really fun. I was smiling cheek, just wide open, ear to ear. I was just so happy when I was going through it because you know it was going to be a badass raid. The first experience is definitely the best. You have to fall down this giant hole. You have to navigate through the darkness while the creatures chase you down. It was an extremely awesome experience the first time around. Like, I loved it. And, of course, just like anything else, just like losing your virginity or something, it's great. All the hype, all the build-up, it's everything you expected it to be. And then, you know, you keep doing it anyways. And... you know, you push yourself, you up the difficulty, and a few wipes involved. I'm not talking about, I guess that all applies to intercourse too. Why not? Go for it. But, you know what I mean? That's kind of like, well, you know, things change a little bit. It's pretty fun. So, the raid was, just, actually, I liked it a lot more than I ever did the Volta Glass, to be honest. Now, it is a little bit quicker, in my opinion. I do what I call half raids, which, the first half of the raids are actually how you acquire the boots, the gauntlets, and the chest piece for the raid gear. So if you can actually go ahead and get an exotic helmet, you can get level 32 without ever beating Crota himself, without ever beating the raid, period. So that's pretty interesting. I don't think you can get any weapons from those portions, only from Crota himself. And the hard raid is not going to be released until January. And another exclusive part of the hard raid are primary weapons only drop from Crota in the hard raid. Right now, he currently drops like the LMGs and the fusion rifles and stuff like that, but the primary ones, like the rifle, the scout rifle, and, you know, auto rifles and stuff, are not going to be dropped until the hard raid drops in January. So, there is that feature to be had. Get out of that little thing. So, I'm going to break that glass and take that ass. There we go. And then I see that other guy long range, because, you know, campers have a pattern. Give it a face piece. Nice. So, enjoy that clip, and then watch me ruin the whole thing. What could have been, right? Oh, well. So... that's that. So the raid is awesome. It's a great experience. The armor is great. It actually looks much better than the other Vault armor did too. So overall, judgment call. The DLC, I'd give it about an 8.5. I love the new PvP map. Some of my favorites so far. The new items are a little lacking, to be honest. The raid gear is incredible. The new raid itself is actually quite fun. It is easy to do in the first half. The second half is actually just like, oh my god, an ongoing... just like hail of poop in your face. It's actually really, really challenging. Many of you guys have experienced that hailstorm. So, overall, that's my opinion. That's what I have to give to you guys. I think it's great. I recommend the purchase. Your call personally. Let me know how you guys feel. Can't wait to see you guys out there on the battlefield, and I will catch you guys around. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Catch you guys.